Hello everyone, my name is Tham. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So this channel will be all about personal experiences and personal issues that us as human beings go through in our day-to-day lives. I will personally be working on my personal growth, and I want you guys to join me in the process of becoming the best version of ourselves. And so that leads us perfectly into the video, which is how to overcome fear and self-doubt. So when it comes to overcoming fear and self-doubt, there are a lot of aspects that are involved. So first off, let's start off with what fear and self-doubt is. So fear is an unpleasant feeling that is triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. And self-doubt is a lack of confidence regarding yourself and your abilities. So now, why and how does fear and self-doubt actually occur? So let's start off with fear. So fear is actually something normal in the human body. It is a fight or flight response in our brains. So now, why does it occur? So usually fear occurs when a human being is uncomfortable. They're in an uncomfortable situation. They're uncomfortable around a new environment, around new people. So that is where fear usually comes from. So I'll give you guys an example. So when you are trying to find a new job, there are fears in that. You don't know who your boss is going to be, you don't know who your employees are going to be, you don't know anything about the job yet because you haven't been there. You won't really know until you go into that interview or even your first day. You're going to be scared. You don't understand what is going to happen at the job. And then there's also another factor of fear, which is overthinking yourself into fear. So, for example, say I'm walking down the street and I see a really beautiful woman sitting down by herself and I want to go talk to her. But then randomly I start getting these thoughts of like, maybe she won't like me. Maybe she doesn't want to talk. Maybe she thinks I'm ugly. Whatever it is, you're overthinking yourself. I'm overthinking myself into this fear. And then I don't end up talking to her. And then later on I actually regret not talking to her, because I'm thinking of the worst possible situations possible, when that's not reality. It's not reality at all. So usually when people do fear something, they usually overthink themselves into that actual fear, or they're just very uncomfortable. They're in a very uncomfortable situation, so they're scared and have to adapt into that environment or the new people that they're around. So with self-doubt, how does self-doubt occur? So self-doubt usually occurs when we are not confident in ourselves. Most people are usually not confident in themselves, depending on their situations in their lives. Life experiences usually make us who we are. For someone that just hasn't had the best experiences in life, it can be very difficult for them to feel confident in themselves. It is very hard for them to talk to other people or feel like they're being themselves. And then you can compare that to someone who has probably haven't had that many, terrible experiences in their life. They might be a little bit more understanding of who they are, depending on, their experiences as well. So it usually does depend on the person. But honestly, self-doubt usually comes within. Now that's what we're gonna go into next is how can we actually resolve these issues or these problems. Let's start off with fear. So let's just start off by clearing the biggest question of them all, is that how are we going to solve these problems? Well, the first thing is that you have to understand that these things are going to take time. Fear and self-doubt they're not just going to disappear out of thin air. You have to work towards actually, resolving these issues, right? Like I mentioned before, fear definitely does come naturally to the body, but when it comes to making a decision, you have to be able to think clearly. What I mean by that is start to ask yourself, why, what, and who? Why, what, and who is causing this fear? So let's first start off with why you're having this fear. So are you having this fear because of the people that you're surrounded by, the people or a new position, a new job. Why is it that you're fearing this new job or this new position? Is it because of the employees? Is it because of your boss? Are you just uncomfortable? What is it? You have to try and understand what it is. Now, what is this fear telling me? So when it comes to this fear, is it a strong feeling of fear, or do you think it is just an anxious feeling? Because if it's an anxious feeling, that might be a completely different feeling than what you're fearing. And now, who is involved with this fear? So the example that I've been giving is with the new job. Is it because you're meeting new people? Or is it because of your parents? Are your parents the one that are making these decisions hard for you? It could be anything, or it could be anyone that are causing these fears, but you have to understand, you have to think about it clearly, try not to let your emotions completely get in the way of it. Try to understand what this actual fear is, and then bring it together, and then it'll help you understand what that fear is and what is causing that fear. So with self-doubt, how can self-doubt be resolved? Usually self-doubt is resolved when we finally understand, or finally just don't want to be the person that we are as of right now. We went through something that we just do not ever want to deal with again. We go through something that we just never, ever want to feel again. Feelings that we never want to feel again, right? And this is where most people are tired of not being the best version of themselves, right? And that is when we try and start to build confidence. And when we try and start to build confidence, people usually jump right into it. They're just like, I'm confident in myself. This is me, right here, right now. I'm confident. I'm the best person that I can be. But nope, that is not how it actually works. It actually takes a lot of time. It starts off by healing. There's a process to it. So you have to understand what makes you feel the way that you're feeling, the feelings that you felt before, but you have to heal from these traumatic experiences. You have to talk to somebody. You have to make sure that you're understanding that these past experiences are not just gonna disappear. These past experiences will keep on following you and following you and following you for the rest of your life until you actually, look back at them, actually try and find a solution to those actual problems, those actual experiences that you dealt with. And with self-doubt, you have to ask yourself, why do you doubt yourself? Is it because you don't like the way that you look? Well, maybe this is the time for you to start wearing the clothes that you've always wanted to wear, to look the best that you've always wanted to look. And maybe that time is right now. Is it because people speak badly about you? Is it because you don't have the best friends ever? Well, usually that factor starts off with removing those negative people in your life. You do not want to have those types of people in your life, people that bring you down. You want to have people that bring you up. And then you just have to give yourself time to improve, right? It's not gonna take a week. It's not gonna take a couple of days. It's gonna take months. It's gonna take years maybe. But you have to work towards it, and you have to be consistent. So now tell me in the comments below, what do you fear and why do you have self-doubt? I hope this video helped you guys out a lot. Remember, like I said, that we are going to be working towards becoming the best versions of ourselves every single day. I will be uploading more videos and more topics on how to become the best version of yourself. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next.